Hi sewing friends, I'm Karina from Lifting Pins and Needles. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you another duet pant hack from Love Notions. I've done yet another change that I've been planning for a while, and I added a whole bunch of other features to the pants. Now on the original pair, it's a straight leg sort of view that I chose to make that has a bottom circumference of about 16.5 inches. Then I took that and transformed it into a wider leg pant, still long, but with a circumference of about 23 inches. Now for this pair, I wanted to do something even wider than that. And I'll pop an inspiration picture. I wanted to create a sort of like a culotte style pant, still fitted at the waist and hips, the same fit that I like in my pants, just taking that leg wider and cropped. So yeah, linen, I was out looking for linen and that color because it matches everything. And so I took that bottom circumference to 27.5 inches now for these. So comparing to the first original pair, I have widened the leg 11 inches, which is a lot. So I'm very happy with the results. What you're going to see is how I create a back yoke for the pants. Eliminating the back dart, similar to what you've seen in the denim skirt that I've shown a few days ago, but a bit different. Also, I have drafted front patch pockets to go with it, and I've used the same back patch pocket that you saw me use on the denim skirt. That is like my little pattern that I've made for anything I make now. So I've used that to go on the back as well. And one of the more different features is I didn't do this zipper on the side, on the hip. I did a fly front zipper, and I drafted the pieces to go with that too, the fly and the shield. So you're going to see that and some sewing as well. So let's hop into it. Here are my pink cardboard duet pants. The front, the back, you can see my other paper underneath where I've decided to widen these and crop them. So on both of my master pattern pieces, I have lines across them, shorts there. The next line symbolizes the knee, that is where my knee is. And then my next line is the cropped. So I've just decided to make these 80 centimeters long from my waist down. So you can see on the pant underneath, I have widened them 2 inches outwards towards the inseam and the side seam. And I've done that for the back as well. 2 inches out, 2 inches out. So I'm going to remove this so you can see what I've done. So for the inseams on both of them, from the tip there, about 1 inch down, I started tapering out. You can see the line there. Tapering out 2 inches out, and I've done that the same for the front and the back inseam. For the side seam, from the hip notch 8 centimeters down, that is where I started to widen the pant, right there. So I still want my hips up here to be fitted. I just want the legs to be wide. So I've done the same thing here for the back. 8 centimeters down from the notch, marked there and tapered out. I've marked my grain lines. I've marked what I want. Super wide cropped woven fabric, size 14, duet pants. So I'm going to work with that. I've put my original duets on, and I've marked there on the side seam where I want my yoke to start. I really want to make a back yoke, so I've put a pin there. And then in the middle of my buttocks, I've also put a pin, stabbed myself as a reference point where I want the V of the yoke to reach. So after trying the pants on myself and marking with pins on the hip where I wanted the yoke to start, and in the middle at the back where I sort of wanted it to finish, I just marked a dotted line uniting those. I've got a piece of paper here at the back, and I'm just going to put the edge of the paper to match that line on the back. And now I'm going to just draw that shape of the dart there, and on the side just draw that top part of the pant that is now going to become a yoke. But as you know, yokes don't have darts in them. So I'm going to remove the pants from there for now. You can see that is where the dart was going to be. So I'm just going to cut this out, and I'm going to eliminate that. So I've just taped that together, eliminating that dart. Something that's really important is keeping the grain line on this yoke the same as it would be on the pants. So I'm just going to mark there where that grain line is going to be. So that is the grain line. And I'm going to transfer this onto a nicer paper, and I'm going to round that out there, round that out at the top, and then I'll have my yoke piece all done. Here I have my yoke piece. So I haven't cut into my master pattern. I've just drawn the line there, dots, so that I know that that's where the yoke is whenever I'm going to make these pants with a yoke. When I want to make the pants with the yoke, this will be my cutting line right there. And then I will have to sew up that tiny piece of the dart that will go under this yoke. And that is how my pants are going to look. Essentially the fit is the same. It's the same fit. It's just the look that you're changing with the yoke being there. The little piece of dart under the yoke doesn't bother me at all. I think it looks nice, and that is how I created a yoke for these pants. I've drafted a patch pocket that will go on the front of the pants, so you can see my pant pattern behind there, the darker paper. And the pocket mark for the original pants is that blue line, and I kept that same curve from the original pattern. And what I've done is from there go down 23 centimeters, and then the width of this is 18 centimeters, and then go up. This is a 90-degree angle here, you know, quite square there. And from this corner there, I went 5.5 centimeters. And I've drafted a little facing for the pocket. It's the same shape, and it's 3.5 centimeters wide. I've marked my grain lines, and this will be my front patch pocket. These are all my pattern pieces. It's linen, so they're very wrinkled. Here is the front. You can see that there's a piece there that I've cut out like a yoke, but it's just because I didn't have enough fabric to cut them the normal way. But it doesn't affect the fit, so I'm just going to treat that as one piece, and that little line there is just something aesthetic but not really affecting the fit. These are the front patch pockets. You see the shape there, and then the curve and the little facing. Back patch pockets, the fly extension, the front waistband that is not cut on the fold. I've left a lot of seam allowance in the middle to account for the overlap in the fly front zipper. The back yoke, the back waistband. I have also just attached that on. I did leave a 1 centimeter seam allowance. I pressed the seams up, and I did my double row of top stitching. So it's gonna go there. You see I've put the pocket facing on there. I have interfaced it. I got the facing to the pocket right sides together. I have overlocked the edges there, and I've pinned that together. I'm going to sew that clip so I can turn those curves nicely, flip around, and that is how my pocket is going to go. So I need to press this seam and that seam under there, and then top stitch that on. I've already attached the facing, flipped it over. I've done 1 row of top stitching 1/4 inch from the edge of the pocket there. I've pressed the patch pocket in, and I've already sewn 1/4 inch top stitching as well. And now I've pinned it on, and I'm going to do the narrow top stitch there to actually put the pocket onto the pants. These are the 2 back pieces, the 2 back pants. I have sewn that little dart that was left over from when I did my drafting. I left that little dart there. I've done that and I've top stitched that. And then I've attached it to the yoke piece with a 1 centimeter seam allowance. That is what I left for myself, overlocked. Press the seam up and then I have top stitched. So I'm going to show you that what it looks like on the right side. There you can see I've top stitched down that dart. I've left the dart looking to the side of the pant, not to the center. And then you can see the double row of top stitching there. I've chosen to top stitch with the same color thread. I don't want a contrast on these pants. Pockets are in, you can see that they're there. You can attach the back pieces, line up the yoke so that the stitching is going to match on both pieces of the yoke, and then sew your back curve. If you've watched my zipper tutorial, you know how I do this. I've only done 1 row of top stitching because these are not jeans, so I don't want to go crazy with top stitching. There you can see I've attached the zipper to the pants there with some a row of top stitching there, and a shield at the back there. I'm going to turn this around. This is how it looks on the other side. I'm going to trim that off and tuck it in under that zipper shield. I have done some stitching there, and that's part of the top stitching, just to hold that zipper shield down. Can see some stitching there where I've attached the zipper onto the pants and the fly right there. And so the front's all done. You can see that weird yoke I put there. It stops right under the zipper, and the pockets are done. So now I can throw the back piece on top. Put these right sides together, and now I match the inseams, do the inseams, do the side seams, and attach on the waistband. I hope that was enjoyable to watch. Now here are my pants. Super soft, super nice linen, but I just pressed them. I mean, it's ridiculous. You look at them and they're like, boom, wrinkled. I put that button there. You can see my front fly zipper and that little yoke that I did on the front there. That was actually just so I could get the pattern piece out of the fabric I had. I had like minimal fabric, 1.2 meters, and the wide leg takes up a lot of space. So yeah, I think with linen and denim you can get away with adding extra seam lines. If you top stitch them down, they look intentional. So yeah, I just had to be careful to match them up there in the middle, and I had that thing go under the zipper, you know. The front patch pockets were fun to draft and to sew as well. You can see there. And here is the back yoke. I don't know what you can see. So the back yoke is there without the dart, because you saw me eliminate that, but I kept that little dart there that went at the bottom, and it's mostly covered by the back patch pocket. So yeah, super wide leg, as I said before. 27.5 inches or 70 centimeters in circumference. So yeah, those are my pants. Let's see some photos now. Now the lighting is always better outside, and I am dressed in a leafy print so I can camouflage from the bugs out there. So I'm gonna go outside, put these on, and show you like me walking around in them outside. So here they are. They're very creased because it's linen, you know. I've worn them like for a few seconds. The fit is the same as all the others, so no surprise. Here's that front patch pocket that I wanted to do. And I use the same back patch pocket I've used before. And the super wide leg.
Don't worry, the bugs haven't come out to play yet.
Super comfy, super practical. I'm super happy with them. Anyway, that is what I had to show you today. I had a lot of fun drafting this and just creating my vision as I went, using this pant pattern as a block. It's been super fun. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Hit the notifications so you don't miss a sewing and fit tip with me. Bye!